I want to share with you a particular aspect that I've discovered about three unique creatures which God has created. And because there is a common thread that runs through all three of them, I decided to put them together so that the message you receive through these creatures would remain in your hearts forever. In order to do that, I'm going to isolate one creature at a time. And the first creature that I'm going to isolate is the buzzard. And the three creatures put together is the buzzard, the bat, and the bumblebee. But for now, we'll talk about the buzzard. The buzzard is a huge, large American bird. Another word for a buzzard is turkey vulture. It lives in a wide range of habitats, including grasslands, forests, and even deserts. The buzzard is a carrion scavenger. It feeds off dead animals, the remains of dead animals. What's amazing, an amazing feature about this bird is that from one end of the bird to the other, if you have to measure it, it's about 76 centimeters. However, when it begins to spread its wingspan is 1.8 meters, a tremendous size for just a wingspan. And this is the reason why the buzzard is able to soar the heavens looking for dead animals that it can feed off. More than that, the buzzard has a hooked bill, a beak, a bare and a bright red head, and a grayish-black plumage. The buzzard lays its eggs in a depression in the ground. 2 or 3, sometimes 3 creamy white eggs speckled with brown or lavender. The young buzzards, when they hatch, they are covered with white down. When you think about the buzzard, there are many interesting facts about it. When you look at the buzzard, regardless of whether it is a scavenger or not, when the buzzard soars in the sky, it is indeed a very graceful sight to see because of its wingspan, of course. It soars at great heights, moving its wings only to adjust to the varying air currents that it comes into contact with. They fly by day, seeking carrion or dead animals. Buzzards locate these dead animals that it feeds off both by sight and by smell. Unlike other birds, buzzards have a well-developed sense of smell. Right from the heavens high above, it is able to smell the stench of a dead animal. And the buzzard's range actually extends from South Canada to South America, and recently it has been spotted in other continents of the world. That's the buzzard. Let's discover a few things about the bat. Most bats in the world eat insects. A single bat. Now I want you to listen very carefully to this, because you might just decide, if you live in a mosquito-infested area, you might just decide to get a bat as a pet. A bat has the ability, and it can eat up to 1,200 mosquitoes in 1 hour. Those of us who live in malaria-infested areas of the world, can you imagine what a tremendous asset bats are to our health? Let's talk a little bit about its senses. Contrary to popular belief, and I'm sure you must have heard this before, I have heard it while growing up as a young boy, that bats cannot see, they are blind. However, that's not entirely true. Most bats however, employ what we call echolocation to help them find prey, shelter, etc. during their nighttime activities. What is echolocation? Echolocation involves emitting a sound and waiting for the echo of the sound as it bounces off objects. This ultrasonic ability of the bats enable the bats to make a sound, wait for it to bounce off a creature, and based on that echo, it is able to locate the size, the distance, the speed, and even the texture of an object just by the echo that comes back to it. Echolocation is particularly useful for bats in locating small flying prey at night, such as moths and gnats. Most bats hear and vocalize frequencies well beyond that of human beings. While we hear sounds ranging from 15 hertz to 20,000 hertz, bat calls range from 9,000 hertz to 200,000 hertz. Ultrasonic equipment built into the bats converts the higher frequency vocalizations emitted by bats to within range of our hearing abilities. Most species of bats also have an acute sense of smell, which is helpful for species who rear their young in large maternity communities. I want you to picture this. Have you seen bats located in one place? Hundreds of them. When a mother bat gives birth, it is able to locate its very young baby in the midst of all those bats simply by its ability to smell its baby. That's how powerful the sense of smell is in butterflies. And in these large maternity colonies, I like to call them, bats are able to go to their baby. There is no baby switching or swapping or mistaking in the bat's colony. These mothers rely on olfactory and spatial cues to help zero in on their own baby amidst millions of other bats. There are more than 1,000 species of bats in the world. They live on every continent of the world. Where winters are cold, bats migrate to warmer climate, or they even hibernate. When bats hibernate, they gather in large groups of hundreds and they sleep together for warmth. Bats are mammals. And when we get back, we will discover a few more points about this amazing creature that we have been taught to shun or run away from as we were growing up. Please stay right with us.